Come like the Oscars. This is like the Oscars.
Yeah, you can do
More
that.
people
Yeah.
care about more people seem to care about what's on the side of the runway than it's like the movies. I mean, who cares about who won the Oscars? They want to know who's on the red carpet. So this is where fashion has become, as far as I can see, in most part. It's entertainment. It's being promoted as entertainment. The designers gain, they gain a visibility, because it's being promoted in such a big way internationally. So, I mean, are they any really better off? I don't really know.
Right.
I don't know.
I head backstage to check out the prep for the show of Korean designers Y&K. Unlike the star power of Heatherette, it's a show like most shows. No big celebrities, no supermodels, an ordinary industry event for retail store buyers and top magazine editors. The first people that arrive for any fashion show are the stylists. They get here before the models, before anybody, because what they have to do is learn how to do the hair just so it fits with the designer's collection. Behind us, we have a whole team of stylists getting a lesson on exactly what to do so each model can look the same and can look presentable and elegant for the fashion show.
Not spraying too much on the skin, be quite close, not on the face.
So tell me how it works. You have a lead stylist and he creates the look and then teaches you, or how does it work?
Yeah, actually they bring in a lead stylist for each show, for each designer, and the designer and him work together on creating a look that they want for that season. And then once they get the look created, the team comes in from all around. I mean, you've got people from New York, from Boston, from Hawaii, all the way around the world coming in to help with the show.
People really don't realize how much goes into each look. I mean, down to the smallest details. We saw them kind of giving like an hour-long lesson on how to do the hair, and then they put a wig on over it. Is it going to be like that in the show, or are they...
Like that every single show. I mean, it can be like the messiest look that takes an hour and a half to create something that looks like they just woke up with it.
And as we get closer to showtime, everyone's in a flurry of activity. Everyone has their little jobs here to make everything go off without a hitch. And most of these people are fashion regulars. They've been doing this for years, so they know the drill. The clothes are getting wheeled in. We have people over here figuring out hair and makeup. This is one of the really cool parts of Fashion Week. Before every single show, there are boards put together with all the models and all the styles and all the clothes they'll be wearing to keep everything organized. Castings for fashion shows start weeks in advance, so the designer can pick out just the right model to fit with the look of his collection. Everything from soup to nuts is completely organized down to the smallest detail to make sure that everything goes off flawlessly and without a hitch. Makeup is obviously such a huge part of this whole thing, and I can tell you guys do a lot of work to get the look just right. How long does it take to come up with a concept for the makeup, and do you do it with the designer, or who's in charge?
We do it with the designer, the stylist, and whoever else is involved with the show. And hair and makeup, we go a couple of days before the show and have a tryout and sit there and try different looks. Sometimes you get it in one, sometimes you don't, so it all depends.
How long does it take you to do each girl?
For me, about 20 minutes. You get quicker and quicker the more shows you do. So,
how many girls do you do before a show?
I always do the first girl, and everyone watches, and then I'll do 2 or 3, depending on how crazy we get after that.
Does it get really stressful back here?
It can do, yeah.
But it is like a pressure cooker back here. The models, some of them come late from other shows, so they have to get seated, get their hair done, and if the hair gets done late, the makeup gets done late. And if the makeup gets done late, it pushes back the fitting. So you can imagine the pressure and the stress. Everyone's running around. It's a flurry of activity. They have organizers that are kind of like air traffic control. They have clipboards and headsets, and they're directing the models where to go. You can work on their collection all year, and if one thing goes wrong, a zipper breaking, a high heel falling off, God forbid, a girl putting on something completely wrong and it makes the dress look awful, any of those things could ruin a show. So each one of these people is very important. The action here, it moves from spot to spot. It really is like an assembly line. The girls come in their street clothes, and all of a sudden they're completely transformed. The hair station is just about finishing up right now. Now they've all moved on to makeup, and some of them are coming out, and let me tell you, they look stunning. When things start late, people get angry. Last year, one of the top designers started his show 3 hours late. The top Vogue editor got up and left. People weren't happy. But it happens all the time, because a myriad of things could go wrong. I heard for that show, the collection was being flown in from another country and just didn't arrive in time. Everything's done down to the last minute, but that's part of the excitement of it. As we get closer to showtime, more things just keep happening. All of a sudden, racks and racks of beautiful garments were unwrapped and the room came alive. As you can see right here, they're very organized because during the show, things can be chaos. They have each model's picture and the photograph of her wearing the look, I guess when she did her casting. So they keep everything together from the garment to the shoes, just to make sure they're organized, because you don't want to be missing a top right in the middle of a fashion show. I've seen girls go out holding things together, one shoe off. Things can get pretty hairy, and the more organized you can be, the less chaos you have during the show.
All models backstage, the first floor. Aaron, go, let's see.
We're just minutes from showtime. Right now, they're getting ready for something called First Look. It's the first time that all of the models will be completely runway ready, their hair, makeup, and wardrobe finished. They're going to stand in a line. The designer will inspect them, make sure that they look perfect and up to his standards, and then they'll all get ready and get in position to start the show. To know that they're about to walk out in front of all those people and get down to all those photographers at the end, it must be pretty exhilarating.
Are you controlling the models?
All right, camera guys, out of here.
The show goes off flawlessly. All the hard work backstage pays off. Everyone around here, all the workers that made this show go off, are packing up their stuff. What was your inspiration?
The theme of the collection is motion, emotion. I was inspired by the motion in our natural environment, like flowing water, moving clouds, fluttering winds, blossoming flower, especially white flowers. I like to express the human's emotion through the motion in the natural environment.
He wants to evoke emotion based on nature and what occurs in nature, such as the fluttering winds and the blossoming flowers. And that's why we had a lot of the volume skirts this season that
They moved so beautifully.
Exactly.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Used to be you would have to have the top models because, you know, every big house would have the big girls because if the other house had a top girl, then they had to have it just to show that they weren't too poor.